Hi, welcome to the Conversation with Gift Patrick. If you are just joining this show for the first time, I'm your host, Gift Patrick, and yes, I was just sending my last email for the day. We are all familiar with the current situation of COVID right now, and a lot of professionals have to work from home. With working from home full time comes with its own challenges, and I didn't want to just speak from my own experiences. I wanted to listen to what other people are feeling right now, and I know a lot of people have different concerns, different frustrations, and different challenges as they work from home. Why these five people I've spoken with does not basically encompass everyone's issue. I thought if we could learn from other people and know that we are all in this together. If you're struggling, you are not alone. From the challenges of navigating family balance and work-life balance, with having roommates, the emotional distancing from colleagues, and just learning new system of working. These five professionals from Canada, California, North Carolina, Nigeria, and here in New York share their experiences and some of the greatest lessons they've learned from the experience of working from home. And I hope that as you listen to them, you can have some takeaway and learn from some of the ways that they've actually channeled their energy and be more creative in their work and in their system. Have come up with a creative ways of actually working effectively with their team and bringing out good product for their clients. Listen to them, and I hope you enjoy their conversation. I'll see you at the end.
So the most interesting part for me in this period has been dealing with all the information overload that has been coming my way, and also to help those around me to deal with that, especially with regards to their mental health. Now that in itself helped me to go through that phase of the whole surprise, and well, not just surprise, the whole challenge that this season represented. So it meant that I had to source for information, understand what was happening so that I could help myself, help those around me, help the team, and all of that to deal better with the situation. Now, that has helped me to kind of deal with myself, my own fears, and my own challenge as quickly as possible. Now, beyond that, I have had to travel, deal with a 14 days quarantine, deal with the whole challenge of dealing with a customer that I can't physically meet, but only meet virtually or on the phone and all of that, conference calls and all of that. And at the same time, evaluate them, understand their needs, and still meet them. Now, that in itself was a new learning experience, and the local team has been so helpful. We had to devise different ways of keeping alive and keeping together. We have online or virtual coffee breaks. We have brain teasers on our chat rooms. We have different sort of things just to keep ourselves active and just remember how it feels like to be working. Now we have to share our workspace to show how we work, how the environment is, and all of that. People share their exercise routine and stuff. But I think primarily is that understanding that we are in a changed world and that things are no longer as they are. It's a VUCA environment, and that it is in summer we prepare for winter has helped us to see beyond the now, and knowing that the world requires what we do to stay online, to stay alive, to stay active, and to engage has helped us to see that we need to continue doing what we are doing irrespective of our field.
I am a mom of three teenagers, ages 15, 16, and 19, and I am working from home and isolating with my family of five. I'm an editor. How am I balancing it all? That's a tough question. A question that pre-COVID I would have found to be um, relatively easy to answer. These days it's tougher. Balance could be not getting dressed for the day one day, and the next day feeling like I need to kind of put myself together to cheer myself up. So what I'm trying to do now is focus on first things first. What absolutely has to get done today? What can I simplify? How can I make my to-do list shorter and simpler? I also lock doors. That sounds really weird, but if I have a video call for work, I will lock the door. I've had someone burst in and ask me, did you eat all of the frozen lumpia that we had? So the door could fly open on a work video call, and it could be a hungry teenager looking for lumpia, or something else from the freezer. So I've learned to lock my door, um, and it's a little odd, but I do explain like, hey, I've got a call coming up and I need to have privacy and space from this time to that time. So we're learning and adjusting as we go. As my dad said to me today on a call, he said, don't take this too seriously, but take it seriously enough. So I think the key is to not get caught up in fear, face everything and rise. And that's what I'm trying to do. But some days I don't even rise out of bed. I work from bed. So I think the key is to take care of yourself, but also forgive yourself for when you're not having your best day, and just try to rebound as much as you can.
I can say I've been able to adapt to the new norm, though it wasn't easy at first. But well, I learned to develop new routines, which has helped to balance it out and keep me sane. A couple of them are like taking a walk at the end of every day. I have also learned to go back to gaming, to play games. I also had to get a PS4, which I play also at the end of every day. Then, luckily, I still have a job that I can work from home. So, what I do in order to keep myself focused, I write down a list of things to do every day and ensure that I do them. With regards to social distancing, it's really been difficult not being able to go see friends, or not being able to hug friends when you see them, or to shake their hands when you see them. But I feel it's a new reality of life, and I've been able to grasp it, and it's something I know that will not last long. That gives me joy and gives me hope that someday all of this would end and would go back to our normal life.
From the start of the pandemic, it's been quite challenging balancing personal life and professional life. Sometimes I'm a bit less productive than others at work. The social distancing has had some negative impact. Relationships with friends and family have been going down the drain a bit, but they're beginning to pick up. And I have also picked up some personal creative skills, learning yoga and painting on sketch pads, getting creative with artwork.
How has COVID impacted me? Well, from a business standpoint, it's really made me appreciate the teams that I work on. I find a lot of inspiration and creativity actually comes out of working with my colleagues who are constantly trying to just get us to the other side of this thing. And from an artistic level, in my own pursuits, I say it's caused me to kind of slow down a little bit, where before I was going at a pretty rapid pace. Now I'm really thinking about what I want to do. So while it's a scary time, it's also a great time to reflect and figure out what is the thing that we want to be when we come out of all of this. Is it a pillar of the community, or just somebody who wants to do their best to help others? And I hope we all have moments of introspection like that.
For me, this has been a mindset shift in the way I manage my teams and my projects. Because typically I'm a face-to-face kind of person, so I have had to adjust the way I communicate. On the personal side, it's given me an opportunity to spend more time with my kids. I have 2 young boys. I've also been getting, better with my workouts. And recently just found out that I'm pretty good at yard work. So, so that's been the impact so far with me, my family, and work. So thank you, everyone, and stay safe and stay healthy out there.
Thanks for listening. I hope you were able to learn as much as I did when I listened to all 5 of them speak from their heart, their challenges, and some of the things they've actually learned during this process. And still learning. Like myself, I'm still learning from this process and absorbing as many lessons and as many takeaways that I can get from this experience. And these 5 people have just taught me something new. Not to fix everything with fear, but to think creatively from this experience. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Again, I'm your host, Gift Patrick. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, Gift Patrick, and my Instagram page is gift_Patrick_. I will see you again in the next episode. Trust me, it's going to be better and more interesting. Stay tuned. Until then, be safe. Stay home. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.